Okay. So what we discussed in the last class, guys? What we discussed in the last class,
Database level.
right? So we just discussed about the database rules, right? So we discussed about the bulk admin, DB creator. No, DB creator is a database role or
That
server
is
role.
server rules.
Yeah. Okay. Bulk admin, backup operator. So what is the
Yes,
shortcut for this?
bulk admin also in server level.
Hmm, what is the shortcut for this one? Database roles, guys. What is the shortcut to
So,
remember easily? What is
yeah,
the shortcut?
D4AS
Yes,
DBO.
correct. Okay, D4 as DBO. So D4 means 4 Ds, data reader, data writer, deny data reader, deny data writer, right? D4, AS, A means access admin, S means security admin, right? D means DDL admin, and your DB owner. So these are all the database rules we just discussed in the last class, and we also discussed the permissions of each role. So if you are part of data reader, what kind of permissions you will get it, guys? Data reader. If you are part of data
Then
reader role,
select
what can
select
select permission? Okay, if you are part of data writer,
You'll be able to
insert
insert,
Insert
delete, and
alt
insert
update.
delete.
insert, update, and delete.
Delete, insert,
Delete.
update.
Yeah, deny data reader,
you won't be able to select.
no
No
select.
select.
Deny data writer,
You won't be able to
No
update it.
insert. No delete.
Insert.
No
no insert, no update, no
no
delete.
delete.
So these are the main roles that we will use it regularly in the database roles, guys. Server roles mainly will use server sysadmin, and database roles mainly will use data reader, data writer, and DB owner. These three roles regularly will use it, guys. Data reader, writer, DB owner. Sometimes depends upon the requirements. We might use DDL admin and all. Okay, very rarely, but regularly we'll use these four roles, guys. Okay, these four roles will use it regularly. So how we have customized, these are all fixed database roles, whatever we discuss, like a fixed server roles, the 9+1 database roles, whatever we discussed in the morning. So those are also fixed database roles. You know, right? What is the meaning of fixed database roles? The permissions are fixed. We cannot add or modify the permissions of any role. And at the same time, if we want a customized database role, we can create customized database role also. We know that customized server role, we discussed about the customized server role in the last class. So we can also create customized database roles. Like we can club the respective permissions, whatever we want based on the user's request, based on the developer's request, we can create our own database roles, guys. Based on the user's request, we can create our own database roles. That is called customized database roles, right? Same like server roles. So where we can find the database roles, you can go to any database, okay? Expand the database, security, same, go to roles. There you can see database roles, right? Click new database role. So you'll give the name of the role, okay? DB custom role, something like that. They will give the name again. If you want to create any custom roles, won't be created for DBAs. So nothing to worry what kind of permissions and all you have to add. It will be created only for the application purpose. So application purpose means application team will give you all the inputs, including the name of the role. They'll give you the role name. They will give you what kind of permissions they want. Everything they will give you. So nothing to worry what kind of permissions you want and all, what kind of for just for the example, I'm selecting some of the permissions here. That's it. Okay. But in the organization, they are going to provide you in the ticket. We need a role with these permissions. Based on that, you can create a custom database roles, guys. Okay. You can give the name of the role. You know that owner SC, you can mention it as SC, or those who are creating, he will become the owner of this role. You can go to securables. You can search for it. You can select all the objects and you can click OK. You can select the databases you want. Okay. And everything, whatever objects you want. So tables you want. So whatever objects you want to give the permissions, you want to group together, you can select the respective objects. Below to that, you can see the permissions. Okay. So whatever you want, database level. These are all the database level, guys. Whatever you want, you can select. Okay. Alter any database if you want, you can just select grant. In the morning, we discussed right grant with grant and deny. Same. Okay. So like these are all the database level permissions case. Database level, if you want to take the backup, members of this custom role, if you want to allow them to take the backup, you can select, okay, backup database, so that a member of this database role can take the backup. Okay. So if you want extra, normally SQL DBS sysadmins can take the backup, but apart from that, I cannot give sysadmin role to anyone to take the backups. Simply, I can create one role with the backup permissions. Okay, so that I can select the backup permission here. A member of, if I want to add any user to this role, if I have added any user to this role, he can perform backups. Like that, I'm just selecting some samples, guys. Okay, in the organization, again they will help you, okay, to give some, like they will give you the group of permissions, whatever permissions they want to give, they want to group together, they will give it. So like this, I'm just simply selecting some of the permissions as grant, some of them are with grant. So I'm just selecting some random permissions, I'm just adding grant, update, delete, like this I'm just doing, and I can group all these permissions together and I can click OK. Later, if you want to add any user to this role, what we can do, you can simply go to the security. Last time we are working with Manasa, right? So we can go to Manasa. If I want to add Manasa to this role, you can go to user mapping. So you can select the database. Listen carefully. You can select the database, then you can add her to the respective custom DB role. You can see here, right? Can you see that custom DB role? You can select it. So in this role, just now we created this role. You can see around 5 or 6 permissions I have grouped together, right? I have added 5 or 6 permissions. Some of them are grant, some of them are deny, right? Delete permission and all deny we have selected. So instead of giving all 5, 6 permissions individually to Manasa, if I add Manasa to this role, automatically all the permissions of this role will be inherited by the Manasa. Clear, guys? If there is no such kind of role, explicitly 6 times I have to give permissions to Manasa, right? But we have the role. Okay, so I can simply add Manasa to this role. Automatically, Manasa will get all the 6 permissions. Whatever permissions are granted, whatever permissions are denied, automatically those permissions will be applied on the Manasa, guys. Those permissions will be applied on the Manasa login. This is how you can create. See, if you select Dell production, can you see that role? Custom DB role, can you see that?
No.
No, why? Why, guys?
Because it is provided for one database only.
It was
So we want
created in the AdventureWorks only. I told you, right? These are
Yes.
database level permissions, database limited to the databases. I created this role in the AdventureWorks. That's why you can able to see this role in the AdventureWorks. If you go to any other database, you cannot see. Why? These are limited to the databases, guys. These are limited to the databases. That's why if you go to any role, you cannot see that role again. If you go to any database, you cannot see. I created that role in the AdventureWorks. That's why you should be able to see that AdventureWorks only. These are database level. Again, I'm saying database level limited to each database. If you want to create another role in another database, again the process is same. Server role will be server role. You can see in the server level, right? So server level means you can see everyone who can able to log into the SQL server, they can see that. But database roles, if you are having access to the database, then only you can see these roles and all, guys. So others cannot see these roles. Why? Because they don't have enough permissions to open the database. So this is how it will work. Database roles are limited to the database. So till now we discussed how to give the access on server level, how to give the access on database level. Is it clear, guys?
Yep.
Is it clear, everyone?
yes.
Yep.
Again, I'll tell you, I told you, right? So earlier, there is a brief session on security. Once this is completed, again, quickly I'll show you what we did for the last 3 or 4 sessions on the security part. Okay, fine. So now let's come to the table level. Okay, so Shanmukh, there is a problem that you are giving access to the users on the AdventureWorks. So he or she can able to access all the tables, right? But I don't want like
Yes.
that. I don't
Okay.
want like that. See here around how to see how many objects are there? How can we quickly check it? How many tables are there in this database? Quickly. How to see that? I want to count it. 1, 2, 3, 4,
No,
5.
no, there's a query, Shanmugh.
Okay, query. I don't know. I don't remember queries and all. Any other shortcuts we have?
Maybe just right click on it and properties and see.
Right click on it. Properties. Where is the properties? Our database properties. Next.
Files.
Next options are no. Okay, we don't see like that. We cannot see like that, guys. Select the database or the folder that you want to see the object count. Hit F7, Object Explorer details. Shibin, Suresh, both are there in the
Yeah.
last class. Huh? How come, man? F7, hit function button F7. You can see
Yeah.
Object Explorer details. Select this folder. If you hit F7, you can see all the things with the count here. See, this
Yeah,
is
it's
total
75.
75. Out of 75, if you remove these 4 subfolders, how much it
Yeah.
will be? 71 tables. Okay.
Yep.
I want to see all the records in each table quickly. How to do that?
Then maybe just click on the table and just press F7.
Oh, I want to see all the records in each table. So every table I have to select and I have to hit F7.
No, no.
No. Then, then in the same section, if you see these are the columns, right? Right click on the
Yeah.
column, any of the column. Choose. Okay, there is an option
Row
called
count.
row count. Where is that? Yeah, row count. Okay, so if you see here now, see it is loading.
Hmm.
Server is slow, but it will load immediately like this. So I
Hmm.
cannot go and check, no need to check. Okay, each and every table, how many records are there. Simply hit F7 on the table section. It will open the Object Explorer details like this, Object Explorer details. And then you can see the column, right click on the column, any column, and you can choose, okay, row count option so that it will help you. My server is too slow, otherwise, okay, it will be very fast and you can see. So like this, you can see all the rows. I mean to say the row count of each table quickly. Okay, guys, is it clear?
Yeah.
Amo, please, you said you should click on the table and press what? X7? I didn't get it well.
No, tables, select the folder, tables and
Okay.
F7. F7.
Oh, F7.
Yeah, function button, F7, function key.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shanmugh, like when you scroll down the row count section, some of them are like blank. Does that
No,
mean
it's
like
loading,
there is a
loading,
table?
loading,
No,
loading.
I mean when you go to upper section, like already it's
That's
loaded.
no, no, no. It's there is no table. That is folders only.
Oh, okay. So this is like counting when you say 75 items, it is only counting whatever object it is, not
Objects,
only
yes.
tables.
Under tables,
Okay.
we have 75 objects. If you subtract these 4 folders from 75, so total 71 tables are there.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Okay. Clear, guys? This is a shortcut which is very useful sometimes. Okay. So we cannot go and write the queries every time to see the row count. Of course, custom scripts are there. You have to Google it and you have to test it in the lower environment. But this is the quickest way of finding the records and number of tables. Okay. Fine, guys. Now this is the challenge. So if I gave access to Manasa on the adventure works, she should be able to access all the 71 tables. Correct, guys? But that is not good, right? Based on the Manasa roles and responsibilities, I have to allow her to read or write the data on the respective tables only. If I have 1,000 tables in the adventure works, if I add Manasa to that adventure works database and data reader role, she can able to read all 1,000 tables or 10,000 tables. Where is the security then? Are you getting the point, guys? So I should be able to restrict her to the object level. Currently, we discuss it till database level. Now the next level is object level. So I should be able to restrict any user to the object level. Only one table or number of tables he has to access, I can restrict them. That is called table level access. What is that, guys? Table level access.
Table level.
Okay. So how to do that? How to give table level access, guys? Let me show you with another.
Select any particular user and right click properties.
Yes, very good. Okay. Fine. So what we can do in two ways, we can give table level access, guys. So this time what we can do, we'll try with some other user. Okay, connect. I guess Vamshi is there. Huh? Vamshi. Right. Let me close this. Fine. Vamshi is having access. No, he doesn't have access to AdventureWorks. Okay. Fine. Now, what we can do, first of all, if I want to give the access to Vamshi, sorry, first of all, if I want to give access to Vamshi on multiple tables, so the tables are created in this database, right? First of all, I have to give access to Vamshi on this database, correct, guys? So giving
Yes.
access on the database will give full control, guys. Giving access on the database doesn't mean he can read the whole data tables, just giving access.
No.
I'm
No.
not adding
No,
him
it's
into
just
any
not
of the
the
roles.
access. No.
Yes,
Yeah,
he can just open the database. He cannot even see the tables
that's it.
also, correct? In
Yes.
the
Yeah.
morning we discussed. So what I will do now, first, let me go to Vamshi section and user mapping and AdventureWorks. So Vamshi user is creating now. I'm creating Vamshi user. To Vamshi user only I can give the access, right? So to create Vamshi user, first of all, I have to select the database. I am not adding him into any of the role. I'm just creating Vamshi user now. Okay, done. It's created now. Now, how to give access on a specific table? In two ways, we can give access on a specific table. One way, we can go to user properties and we can add the table. Second way, we can go to table properties and we can add the user. That's it.
Okay.
Either of the ways, not both. Either go to table properties, add the user. User wants to access. Or go to user properties, add the table. User wants to access the object. Okay. From object to user or user to object, whatever you want. You can do that. In two ways we can do that. You are comfortable, whatever way you are comfortable, you can. But before that, you have to create that user. How to create the user in the database?
Go to security
Right,
and in security, right click and create new user.
Security, right click, create new user.
Login.
Double
Not a
click
V.
on the login, go to the
Logins, yeah.
user mapping, select the database, click OK and select the database and just give DBO, click OK. What has she been? You are saying something.
Sorry.
Right click new user. That's fine. Okay, fine. So now what we can do, let's use the first method. Okay. In the first method, what we can do, we can go to on which table we want to give access, go to that respective table. Okay. So now let's see here. Right click, new query. You cannot even see all the databases also, all the tables, sorry, all the tables also you cannot see. Now he can expand the database, but you cannot see the tables. Hey, come on, Vamshi. Now you're able to see, man. Let's go to Vamshi. We should check which role is a part of which server role, guys. Maybe is a part of, come on. Okay. Right. Now you can see, guys.
No.
Guys,
No,
I'm
it's
not removing
visible.
anything. I'm not removing anything. Sorry, don't misunderstand here. No, by mistake, we practiced with Vamshi, we practiced with Manasa's logins, right? So earlier they have some access, so I just removed their access. That's it. A fresh login, if you just create and give the access, you don't see any tables. I'm not adjusting anything. In the childhood, when we are like studying 9th class, 10th class and all, especially in the maths, physics and all, or chemistry, at the end, we have to show the equation, something like this is equal to 0. So generally, if you know the steps, you will go from top to bottom. But those who are not studying, first they will show x is equal to 0. Based on that, they are going to develop the theory. Based on the theory, you have to show x is equal to 0. But based on the result, they are going to show the x is equal to
Theory.
0. The theory, they are going to show the theory. That's how.
Yeah.
So I'm not adjusting something here. Earlier they have access, so I just removed their access. That's it. Okay. Fine. So now what we can do, anyhow, Vamshi cannot access any of the tables. If you want, you can see the demo here. I'm just taking one table name and I'm trying to run a select statement. Okay. Okay, select, this is Vamshi's session. Select star from, okay, table name, database log, and you can choose database name. Okay. And all text, you can see the select permission was denied. Okay. So before that, I'm just showing. So in two ways, as discussed, in two ways, you can do that. One way is from user properties, you can add the table. Second way is from table properties, you can add the user. Right. So now what we can do, I cannot see tables to add the user. So first, let's go to the user properties. Users, you can see Vamshi user, right? Double click on Vamshi user. And here, select securables, space, search. I told you what is securable. What is securable, guys?
It's like a database resource objects.
Securable. What is the definition of securable? Principal securable we discussed earlier. What is the definition of securable?
So I think any resource in the database.
Which services he is accessing?
Right. Which resources he is accessing? Which objects he is accessing? You can call it as a principal means who is accessing.
Who's accessing, and
Securable means
securables
which
are
resource he is
what are
accessing.
they accessing?
Yes. Which resource is accessing, which object is accessing. So here the object is table, right? So I have to select the securables. I have to select all objects, click OK. And then you can go down, you can see tables, click OK. And then you can see the tables here. All objects, click OK, and tables.
Do we need to do in Vamshi side, is it? Or we should do it in administrator?
Oh, I'm doing in the Vamshi, right? Sorry. Thank you. Thank you. Right. Vamshi by himself, he is giving access. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for that. Okay. Security, not security, databases and AdventureWorks, security, users, double click on Vamshi and securables, search, all objects. Okay. Go down, tables. Okay. Right. Which table you earlier for him, I tried accessing database log. Okay. So let's try with the same table. Okay. Where is the database log? Database log. Go down, go down.
Second one.
Second one only, right? This one. Select the table and what kind of permissions you want to give. Whether you want to give select, control, insert, whatever you want to give. This time I'll just give select permission. Click OK. Then earlier you can see select permission was denied. Now if you run it, you can able to read the data. But if you're trying to read the extra table, okay, so let's see the other table. What is the other table we have? Okay. Tables. Okay, so this time address type, person.address type. So now he is trying to run select star from person.address type. Okay, simply I'll add schema also, person.address type. This is the schema. Person is the schema, guys. Can you see, guys?
Permission given.
Yes, he cannot read any of the tables except the database log. Why? I just allowed access only on the database log, guys. Don't have
Yes.
access to any of the tables. Okay, if you run this, you cannot even access any of the tables except the database log. For every table, it will show you the deny permission. I mean to say the select permission was denied. See, Only database lock he can able to. Clear, guys? Giving access on table level. Is it clear? One
Yep.
way, go to user properties, add the table. What is the second way?
Go to the table and add the user.
Table
Right.
and
This
create
time
user.
I'll go to this. Earlier he got the error, right? When he's accessing, he got the error. Select permissions different. We'll go to the same table. Okay. State, province. Go to the properties of this. Go to permissions. Search. Here what I have to add, guys?
Here
What I
you
have
have to add the
User. Okay.
login.
So the
Yeah.
user is already created in the database. That's why I'm able to add him. Okay. Check names.
Mhm.
Click OK. Same permissions. Okay. Select.
Select.
You want select, you can give, or based on the request of the user, you can delete, insert, you can give the permissions on the, I mean to say, respective permissions you can give. Click OK. So earlier, if you see here, you can see the select permission was denied when we run this command. If you are trying to run this now, it will be accessible. So now he is able to access two objects, guys. He cannot access other objects. Okay. He is able to access two objects now. See here. The list also you can see only two tables. But whereas if you go to administrator connection, around 71 tables are there. Okay, same database, AdventureWorks 2019. Okay, AdventureWorks 2019. That the Vamshi can see out of 71, he has access only on two tables, so he can see only two tables, guys. Clear?
Shanmugh, here we are discussing about table level permissions, right?
Yes.
If you go, if you sit down here, there is a views, right? Views. Like
Mhm.
views are also like objects, mostly like in organizations. Developers use views. Like for example, if we combine two tables and create one view, if I
Correct.
provide access to a view,
Mhm.
let's assume that I provided access to a view.
Okay.
Does that mean like I have also access to the underlying tables? Maybe I'm not sure this
No,
is
no,
out of
no,
the
no,
scope.
no. That is not going to work. That is not going to work. In such scenario, we cannot control the security. He can only access the
Okay.
views.
Okay, okay. So
Mm.
views also goes like the same
Correct.
pattern as okay.
Same.
Okay.
Yeah, Deepak.
Views
Okay.
are also considered as a separate object all in total, isn't it?
Correct. Yes, it's a virtual table, we can say.
Yes, yeah. So I think security perspective, usually
Mm.
like they don't provide us access to the actual table. They expose only views. But I'm just doubting in that scenario, like having access to permissions
No,
also
he cannot
impacts
get.
to the
No, that is not
okay.
going to work. If you
Okay.
give access to
Okay.
view, he cannot access the table. That doesn't mean he'll get the access to table.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Maybe I'll test it also.
Yeah. Yes, Deepak, please.
Shanuk, if we remove the table permission to the Vamsi, so the list of table will automatically goes down. I mean,
Yeah.
erase
Yeah.
from here.
Yeah. Of course, let me show you that now you can see if you remove permissions from state province, you shouldn't be able to see this, right, in the list. That is your question, right?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, let's do that. You can see that one. Okay. Go to administrator connection, go to any users, I mean to say that user properties, anyway, either Vamshi's properties, I'm sorry, either Vamshi's properties or table properties, you can go. This is the table, right? Okay, and from there we can remove. Yeah, let me unselect this one. Yeah, now let me refresh and let me go to these tables, refresh.
Okay, got it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, no problem. Clear, guys? Are we good now? Date server level, database level, table level. Are we good?
Yep.
Okay. So now, yeah, please.
So while creating, customized database roles,
Okay.
owner name, what would be the owner name? Will they give users? Will users give, or we have to
Everything they will give. See, whatever custom things are
owner
there.
name also?
Yes, owner name generally SCA will be the owner. Always SCA will be the owner. If they want to give a specific owner, they will provide the owner name also. Yeah,
We have to give SA
correct. Generally, if they don't provide any owner name, we'll give SCA.
for database also.
Yes, yes, everything, everything. Owner means always SCA. Who is iPhone 3? Someone joined with the name of iPhone 3. Who is that? Just check your names once, guys. Unknowingly will join and will forget the names.
Sir,
Someone joined with a iPhone 3. iPhone 3. Someone joined with the name of iPhone 3. Who is that?
It's too small a screen to be viewing SSMS anyway.
Please, Adi,
I wanted to ask,
Sorry.
like, yeah, I wanted to ask
Adi,
something.
Chance,
Ade,
Jam.
okay, got you, got you,
No,
got you.
reason.
Okay, got you, got you.
I'm using phone, so I'll
That,
go on the system very soon.
that's okay, no problem. I'll rename it for you, no issues.
sir,
Yes, yes, Pooja.
sir, I have a doubt had a doubt in the morning class.
Okay.
There is an option again and again we are working on that question. Like if someone is a database writer, or the same person is in deny data writer
Right.
also.
Mm-hmm.
So why we are using this? If we don't want to give them permission, we simply go and uncheck that permission, data
Correct.
writer.
So why like that? Why we have to add them into deny? Right? That
Deny,
is the
yes,
question.
yes.
Now you only tell me the answer. Guys, she's asking like whatever we discussed earlier, the same thing Pooja is asking. If I don't want to give access, I can simply uncheck, right? Why again I have to give deny? So who is going to answer this question?
I missed that.
No problem, Pooja, that's okay. Tell me guys, who is going to answer this question? See, if I add her to data reader, he can read it. If I don't add her, she cannot read it. Okay. So, but why again deny data reader? What is the use of the deny data reader? Anyhow, if I don't give, she cannot or he cannot, user cannot access, right? Again, explicitly, what is the use of giving deny? That is her question. Can anyone answer that? You got the question at least?
Yes, sir. Even morning
Yes,
also
yeah.
you explained the same thing.
So I think one of the reason we explicitly provide that uncheck is like because the role may have access to deny in the role. So in that scenario, we need to explicitly exclude it. Like
Okay. Next.
Some other DBs may give permission.
Sorry.
Some other junior DBs may give permission to
Hmm.
take
Okay.
shutdown permission.
Hmm. So, yes. Okay. So, Pooja, why we have to give explicitly means the user can be part of any other roles where he is having an access on the database level. Imagine the user can be part of any of the roles. He might have as per that group, he might have access, read access or write access. Or some junior DBS can unknowingly, by mistake, they can give access to him. So what I do is I strongly decides that Pooja can never access these tables. If a junior DB accidentally gives the access to you, you can read it, right? Correct. But I strongly decided Pooja can never read these tables. She cannot read these tables. I strongly decided what I have to do. Sometimes users will manipulate the DBS and they will get the access. But if I strongly decide and if you give deny, even though he got the access, can he read it? No, right? Now you got the point. If he don't have access, we can give access. Anyhow, he can read it. But by mistake, someone can give it. We don't know. We cannot control. That is one scenario. And he can be part of some other roles where in that role he might have access on the objects. Okay, so to avoid that, explicitly we are giving deny. Clear? Fine, guys. So now let's ready. So now mm, I want to ask one question, guys, everyone. So you have to tell me, like, you should be frank and you have to tell me, okay, the correct answer. So till now, how many of you understood this security concept, guys? Please raise your hands. Raise your hands. Completely. I want to see how many of you understood the security concepts till now, whatever we discussed. Out of 23, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 means around
To be
30%.
honest, I didn't understand the concept. It's really confusing.
Yes, Dimitri.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you, how does this concept, how do you apply it when you are at work, like to really try to get it?
Yes,
How do you apply this concept when you are at work?
that's what this is work only. Whatever we discussed since 3 sessions or 4 sessions, the last 4 sessions, this is how we will apply on the work. This is not only the theory, we covered theory part as well as we covered theory part, how it will work. What is the impact if you give the access? What will be the impact? All these things we covered, and in the organization, this is how it will work. This is how we'll give access. Chalo, okay. 30% understood this concept. Okay, fine. No issues at all. Guys, you can lower your hands. Okay, fine. So now, if you don't understand anything till now, listen carefully. This 10-minute session is very useful. This is what we'll do it regularly in the organization. Okay, this time there is no demo. Weekly, how it will work, I'll show you. Okay, just concentrate these 10 minutes, guys. That will be enough for the security concept. Okay, so now we'll start with the logins. There are 3 types of logins: in the Windows login, SQL login, group login. Okay, Windows login, there is a prerequisite. You should create Windows level user. So let me go to the lusermgr.msc. Let me quickly create one user. Okay, right click, new user. This time, let's go from the down. Okay, down we have already used it, right? And Suresh Babu. Okay, Shalem. Let's go with Shalem. Shalem you have created, right? Shalem, yeah, it's created. Let's go with the Pooja then. Pooja. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This will do, we don't do it here. Creating Windows level users will be done by the Windows team.
Windows
Okay,
team.
so as of now, we are the Windows team in the practice. Okay, create, done. So now itself, I'm creating one more DBA group for group login. So for this, what I'll do, I'll add Raviteja. 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 Create, and I'll add one more person. I'll add Suryasri. Suryasri. That's it. I'm just creating a group with the 2 DBAs, guys. Later we can add it. Okay. Now, whatever like users, I just created the users. Now, let me show you how to create a Windows login. Now, login is created in the Windows level. You can go ahead, right click, new login, and search. Make sure Windows authentication is selected. Search, and first which login we created, guys? Raviteja. Pooja. Okay, check names. Click OK. And whatever role you want to add here, you want to give her sysadmin role, you can select sysadmin. Or you want to give on a particular database, you want to give data reader, select the database, give DBO, give data reader. That's it. That's it, guys. User does not have performed this action. No? User does not have. Okay, Vamshi doing. Okay, fine. I'm sorry. Yeah. Every time. Yeah, that's fine. Same concept, guys. New user. Sorry, not user, login, right? Security, logins, new login, and Windows authentication. I'm creating Windows login, Windows authentication, and Pooja. Pooja is already created in the Windows level user. That's why I'm able to get Pooja here. So if you want to add her sysadmin, you can simply select sysadmin and click OK. That's it, guys. Pooja's request is completed, done. We don't do any other things. If anyone is asking us to add their account into any of the server roles, if anyone is asking permissions on any of the objects in the SQL server, what are the two main things that you have to keep in mind? Two main things that you have to keep in mind, permissions wise. Two important things that you have to keep in mind while giving the access. What are those two?
Approvals.
Very good. Approvals. What is the next one?
Raise the ticket.
Ticket.
Yes.
The ticket he should mention clearly. Okay. So now let's create a group login. Okay. Go to groups. We don't have group, right? This time I'll create a new group. So what is the group name? L1 SQL DBS. Okay. L1 SQL DBS. Right. Create. In this I'm adding here itself. Here itself I'm adding the users. Okay. Raviteja, semicolon, Suryasri. I'm adding them to the Suryasri spaces there. It's not there. I didn't remember. Yeah, fine. So now I created a Windows level group. Okay. So if I want to create a group login, simple, very simple, the same like Windows login. Okay. Make sure Windows authentication is selected, search, object types, groups, click OK, and give the DBA group name. What is the DBA group name? L1 SQL DBS, right? So give for full name, L1 SQL DBS. Check names, click OK. This time you want to add them into server admin, sysadmin, or you want to give access on any specific database level. You want to simply give access on this particular database. Okay. Data reader. So all the two people, Suryasri and Raviteja, will get read access on this database, guys. Clear? Is it clear, guys? Group
Yes.
login.
Yes, it's clear.
Yes.
Okay. Next, SQL login. SQL login, there is no prerequisite. You can create. Okay, with any of the name. Make sure SQL Server authentication is selected. Okay. This time I'll give Pooja Muzaffar. Okay, Muzaffar. And I'm giving a strong password. 123 123. Okay, same permissions, whether you want to give him, you want to give access on any specific database, or you want to add him into any of the role, that you can do it. Okay, user mapping. This time I want to give access on IPL database, DBO, data reader writer you want to give. That's it, done, guys. This is what we'll do in the organization security wise. We'll create the logins, we'll add them into the respective either server roles or database roles. That's it, guys. That's it. Is it simple now? Whatever we discussed since 2-3 classes, this is the gist of the whole 2-3 classes. But you should understand, right, why we are selecting that role, why we are selecting this role, what is the impact if we select other roles. Security is a sensitive concept. That's why we discussed 3 classes. Okay, so now if you don't remember those 3 classes, just remember this 5 minutes discussion. That is enough. Creating Windows login, creating group login, creating SQL login, adding the login into the respective server roles, adding the login into the respective, adding the user into the respective database roles. That's it, guys. This is what we will do. Table level, you know, right? How to give access on the table level. That's it. Hardly we'll do these kind of activities only in the organization from security side. Adding the user to the server role, adding the login to the server role, adding the user to the database role, and creating the logins. Sometimes we'll reset the passwords. Okay, how to reset the password? Double click on it and you can reset the password if anyone is asking. If the login is enabled or locked out or disabled, you can simply enable the login and you can unlock the login and all. That's it, guys. Security wise, we don't do any other things. But you should understand the underlying architecture of the security. Okay, if you don't understand, by mistake, if you give any extra permissions and all, that might leads to the termination, guys. That's why we discuss it that much. If I tell like this, I can simply complete the security in 5 minutes. Clear, guys? Is it clear now at least?
Yeah, it's better.
Yes, yeah, clear.
Okay. Right, chalo. So that's all
Can
about.
you please can you please do again when you wanted to, like, for the tables?
Table, no problem. I can do that. Okay, no issues at all. So
Thank you.
Muzaffar, I'll try with Muzaffar login. Okay, so Muzaffar. So this time, what you have to do initially, user mapping, and just select the database. Don't select any of the roles. Select the database and give DBO here. This will create Muzaffar user in this database. That's it. If you select data reader or writer or any of the roles, Muzaffar will get the whole access on all the tables. So don't do that. Just select the database, it will create the user. Okay. Then now what you can do, go to the database. I gave access to Muzaffar on AdventureWorks, right? Go to the database, go to the security section, go to the user section, and you can see Muzaffar user is created. Double click on it and go to securables, search all object types. Okay. Select the tables. If stored procedures, if customers are asking on stored procedures, select the stored procedures. Okay, so whatever customer, if they are asking on views, select the views. Okay, so this time I'm giving access on tables, and which table you want. I'm giving access on this employee department history. Which access you want? Delete, deny. I'm just randomly giving some permissions. Insert, select, and select. I'm giving grant. Delete, I'm giving deny. That's it. Now Muzaffar is having access on that history, the table history, like he's having three permissions. One is select, another one is insert, which is grant, another one is delete with deny permission. So Muzaffar cannot delete any data from the table. He can read and he can, what is the other permission? He can insert the data inside the table. Clear now?
Clear.
Or else you can go to table properties, you can add Muzaffar. That's it. Fine.
Shanmukh, before we wrap up this security session, I have one question. Like,
Yeah,
is these security features, is these security features that we have all been discussed has been present in all last version? For example, if I'm working SQL Server 2008 R2, assuming, does these features is present or gradually improved coming up to 2019?
Same from 2005 to 2022, same steps will take from security side. Interface, the interface might be different. That 2005 is like a old interface, 2022 is like a new interface. That's it. There is no
So
big difference.
the architecture and the principle, the security architectures and principle, all things remain the same. Okay, cool.
Everything is same. Security side, nothing changed from 2005 to till now.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, I have a small query.
Yes.
Okay, so that I have asked you in WhatsApp also, you have replied also. The question is that we have created group logins for the users with Windows authentication.
Correct.
So now we didn't create a group login for SQL logins, server logins.
Yes.
So in this case, because we can't create that, in this case, the people, sorry, any user can't log in with a SQL Server login if they are not in the office, or if they want to log in, they need to use RDP. Correct.
Correct. One thing I want to clear you. Windows authentication doesn't mean that you have to use only RDP. Okay. From your local SSMS also, you can choose Windows authentication, right? In your local SSMS, when you open your laptop, for example, you are a user, you are a developer. You got one laptop from your company, so their SSMS will be installed, right? So when you open SSMS in your organization laptop, there you can see your login name, right? Something domain name. Imagine you are working for Infosys/sureshkumar.c. Imagine. So if you are giving, see, the thing is, while connecting, what it will see, while connecting here, Infosys/sureshkumar.c is there or not. It doesn't mean you have to log into the Windows server itself. No, don't think in that way. Otherwise, we cannot manage the whole security for SQL logins. No, in your laptop, you can open SSMS either using, you remember one option, use open SSMS with a different user. You remember that?
Yes.
So
Right click, shift right click.
Yes, we'll open the SSMS with a different user in your local laptop. Ultimately, you are a Windows user only. Okay, ultimately at the end of the day, every login is a Windows login only. Why? Because all should be part of the domain.
Domain, correct.
Okay, all should be part of the domain. Then only you can use the organization's resources. So domain means what? Windows. Windows means everyone are part of Windows only. Here there is a perception that Windows login means only RDP will work. No. The thing is, here you have to get your domain name / or computer name / username. If you are able to get the same name in your local laptop, that will be fine. If not, you will open SSMH with run as different user. Clear now?
Okay. Yes, sir.
So that's how it will work. Yes, Deepak, please.
Shanmugh, you select the user and select the database, and when you select the database in a lower screen, there is a roles that we can assign to
Yes, yes,
that
yes,
user.
yes.
But in a second time, again we go to the securable, and there we select the roles again.
See,
Grand,
if you
rename.
want to, yeah, I got your point. There, if you want a specific permissions and both, you want to add them into a particular role and you want to give explicit permissions also. In that scenario, you can see roles as well as you can see securables also. A login can be part of one role and it needs extra permissions also, right?
Hmm.
So that's why you can see roles there in that scenario. If you go below, it will show you the roles also and respect to permissions also. So that means I can add you into one role, but explicitly I'll give extra permission. Okay, that's how it will work. That's why you're able to see the roles there itself.
Thanks.
Yeah. Fine, guys. Are we good security? Now, how many of you are good with security, guys? Now raise your hands. At least, how many of you understood the security concept?
Just raise a query in that chat group. Can you please check it on the
What is this, Manju?
Yeah. Okay.
Can we drop the user in database level? Can you show me how to drop the user in the database? We can drop it. We can drop it. Okay, so if you want
If
to
you
drop
don't
the
know, can you show me?
very simple. You can uncheck the access. Okay. So if you go to security, logins, for example, Muzaffar login is having access on the respective database. Now also 8 people raised their hand. What about others, guys? This at least 5 minute session didn't help you guys. Huh?
I understand, but I can be wrong. Matlab, I need practice. So that's
Of
why
course,
I'm not.
of course you need. Okay. So now go to Adventure Works and security users. Can you see Muzaffar now? Can you see Muzaffar here? Earlier,
No.
Muzaffar is having access. Now I removed his access, so his user also deleted. Okay, so how to remove? Very simple. If you check it, user will be created. If you uncheck it, user will be removed. That's it. If you go to user mapping, when user will be created, if you select the database, the user will be created. If you unselect the database and if you click OK, user will be deleted. That's it. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you have to check it again, Manju. You didn't check that screen, I guess.
Yeah.
Very simple. You just go to that one. For example, Manasa is part of which database? Let's see. Or let me go to this database. Manasa, can I see in this database? Manasa, I can see. Okay, so go to Manasa and go to.
Actually, morning I was checked in access admin of access level user. Sir.
Okay,
That is I checked and
I gave access to Manasa by selecting this database, right? Unselect this database and click OK. Done. Okay, now go to this database and can you see Manasa here now? Okay, in this way you can delete the user. If you select, user will be created. If you unselect, user will be deleted. That's it. Okay. Fine. Any other questions, guys?
Can you put out?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, actually, DBS will enter into the Windows machine and connect. First, we'll enter into the DM machine through RDP and connect to the SQL server using Windows authentication, right?
Wait. I'll tell you one thing. Developers generally they don't use Windows authentication. Like
DBS.
I mean to say, yeah, DBS will always use Windows authentication. Yes.
And that is my doubt, and that is okay. If do we connect without using RTP from our laptop, means without entering into the Windows machine?
We can connect if you use use open SSMS with a different user. We can still able to connect from your laptop, but your laptop and the server should be in the same network.
Actually, in organization, what we will do generally using RTP will do, or
Using
second
RDP
way?
only will do. See, second way will see very simple. as a DBA, you should log into the Windows server to do multiple activities.
Yes.
If you want to take the backup, SSMS access is enough, right? Are you getting the point?
Yes, yes.
So depends upon the work. If you are doing maintenance task, if you want to do some Windows level activities also, you have to log into the Windows server with RDP. Or
Yes, yes.
if you don't want to do, just you want to give some permissions and all, based on the access levels, you can open SSMS in your local laptop. You can open the SSMS with run as different user. You can give your username and you can try accessing it. That will work. But you should have the domain username and password. The simplest way is always 99.99% is people will log into the Windows server. DBS will log into the Windows server and they will access like how we are accessing now, like the same way they will also access. That is the
Means
simplest
using
way.
those credentials,
Correct.
whatever company provides, right?
Yes, yes. They will provide some different credentials to access the servers. Using those credentials, users will log in to the servers directly, Windows servers, and then they will open SSMS and they will just work on it.
With can't we enter? Can't we connect to SQL server using the SQL authentication?
How come? How come?
No.
You are going to the movie theater by just taking 500 rupees ticket or 200 rupees ticket. Can you enter into 500 row?
No,
VIP row, can you enter into VIP row? This is
no,
also
we can't.
same. It is not possible unless and until if you give some money to that guy. Okay, it is not at all possible. Your login is a Windows login. How can you log in as a SQL login?
Yes, yes.
Don't allow you, right?
I-
SQL login means you have to again give username and password. If the user, see, if the username and password is created for you in the SQL server separately as a SQL login, it will allow you. I can
Okay.
create Sudhakar SQL login. I can create Sudhakar Windows login also. So if Sudhakar
Okay.
SQL login is there, while connecting, you have to give Sudhakar SQL login here and you have to give the password.
Yes.
It will allow you. I'm not saying it is impossible. It is impossible. No, it is possible. But when separate SQL login has to be created for you, separate SQL entry has to be created for you. But you are having Windows entry and you are using SQL entry, it is not going to allow you.
And one more, actually, SQL authentication people means they will connect outside of the mission, right? From their laptop.
Correct. Yes.
In our classes, generally we are connecting from our mission only. That
Correct.
is
In our
for
classes
practicing
from our
purpose.
correct. Yes, we are doing the same thing. We are logging into the machine and we are connecting. We are DBAs, right? So DBAs, this is how they are going to work. Developers, they will work from the local SSMS.
Oh.
Okay. Any other questions, guys? Okay, fine. Okay, fine, guys. Okay, so now let me stop this recording.